Hi guys, we are at the beach house this week for another episode of Bless Your Hardt. Dale and I have some fun things to talk about. We've had a good week. Pocono farts and burps, Hershey Park. And
Pocono farts and burps.
Yeah, and we're going to follow up on me losing my phone. Everybody has done this and some fun remarks. So let's get started.
All right. We have, as usual, we have our High Rock vodka cocktail in this awesome glass. I love these glasses, Amy. It's like something from my childhood.
I'm always trying to play into your soul.
Yeah, man. We got to show them the wallpaper you hung up in the bathroom downstairs. Can we put that? Let's put that in the show.
Okay.
This wallpaper, man, is amazing. Very, very vintage. Anyways, today's drink is
it's the Dale Yeah.
Oh shoot, is it? It's called the Dale Yeah. This is a really cool drink. Texas Roadhouse and High Rock Vodka partnered to make this drink. This week's it's High Rock Vodka, obviously, a little orange juice. Texas Roadhouse has a sour margarita mix, and also it has some candied orange and vanilla syrup in there. You can go to Texas Roadhouse nationwide to try this Dale Yeah drink. Yeah, High Rock. Visit highrockvodka.com also, and you can find a locator for bottles near you. People are always asking us, where do I find it? Well, there's a locator on the website that might help point you in the direction to get to the liquor store or the Total Wine or whatever it may be to get what you need. And remember to drink responsibly. Must be 21 or over. But yeah, thank you, Texas Roadhouse, for teaming up with High Rock Vodka and all of us for the Dale Yeah. I think that's doing really good. It's been out in the Texas Roadhouses now for, feels like a year.
Yeah, it feels like a while. It's a good drink. Very refreshing.
So, yeah, that wallpaper downstairs, I told Tim Duggar, I said, it makes me feel like I'm checking into a Holiday Inn for Speed Weeks in Daytona.
I don't know if that's a compliment or not.
In 1981.
You actually told me when you saw it rolled up, you told me not to put it up. You said, I don't know if you want to hang that. That's going to get really dated.
Yeah, it's already dated, but like in a good way.
It's a vibe.
It is a vibe.
It's pretty fun. It's just pink and it's got bananas.
Yeah, we'll show the picture. We'll pop the picture up there. Let them see it.
See if I can show you on my phone.
Oh. It's not very.
No,
I don't think
I'll just have to text it to
Tim.
Don't
do it. Don't. Yeah.
It's a cool room. Makes you want to wallpaper the whole house.
It is. Yeah. I don't know what's going on with my hair, man. I think it's the angle of this iPad, but it's like
you got a faux hawk going on.
I got a little 1950s thing going on. I don't know.
He was telling me yesterday he really wants to grow a mullet, so maybe your hair just decided to give you a little zhuzh just so that you felt more sprightly today.
So we did go to Hershey Park. We went to Pocono last week. Obviously, we had a great time. And on the front end of the Pocono trip, we took the kids to Hershey Park, and we bought probably 3 pounds of chocolate from Hershey Park, ate a little bit of it, and then made it disappear.
Is that what? I don't know what.
I think it's back home.
It is, but did you throw it away?
No. Where is it?
I don't know. That's my MO to throw the candy away.
Yeah.
I don't know where it went.
I didn't. It's still around, but it's a bunch of chocolate.
We couldn't help ourselves.
Yeah.
I mean, there's every type of Hershey candy you can imagine. Yeah. In bulk. And you just can't help yourself.
The gift shop there is like a big giant warehouse, and it's wall to wall ceiling stacked candy.
Yeah.
Every direction you look.
And that was the last thing we did. We rode a bunch of roller coasters and rides. And so by the time we got done, everybody was hungry. That was the other thing. We're kind of shopping for candy as we were hungry. So you just never do that.
Yeah.
You don't grocery store shop while you're hungry. It's not a good idea.
Yeah.
So that's why we ended up with so much.
Yeah. No, it was cool. The best part about the Hershey Park experience was the girls riding the rides. Nicole, 4 years old, has to ride the smaller stuff, of course. But Isla was big enough to actually get on a couple of roller coasters. The Comet was the first one she got on, and it had a pretty good drop. It's a wooden roller coaster, and it has a pretty good drop at the start for a 7-year-old. And she took that really well. We walked past the loop where there's a coaster with one loop in it, and she was not going to ride that. But about, I don't know.
They basically heckled her all afternoon.
Yeah, she got halfway through the day. She
decided to do it.
Got the brave courage to do it, and we rode the loop to loop. And maybe we rode it twice, didn't we?
No, you just rode it once.
Oh. Well, either way, Isla got to ride roller coasters.
And Nicole was very jealous.
Yeah,
she's not scared of anything, and she was so sad. Yeah. We'd get up to the little marker, and then they grade your height, and you get in a category. So she's a Hershey Kiss, which is the shortest, and so she couldn't ride any of the roller coasters that Isla got to ride, and she was just so sad. She was defeated every time we walk up to one. She'd just be like, "Ugh,
pretty sad. Yeah,
too short. Maybe next year I'll be tall enough." That's what she said. Yeah. Can we go back next year so I can be tall enough and ride the roller coasters? So I got her cotton candy every time Isla got to ride a coaster. We went and got some junk food to make her feel better.
Yep. So the Hershey Park was a blast. Pocono was cool. The kids got to go to Victory Lane.
Yeah, they did. Mm-hmm. It was a magical little day. Kind of unexpected, to be honest. I mean, the whole day was just surreal.
Yeah.
You getting to be on the pit box was not something any of us were expecting. It was kind of a last minute thing. And the girls got to go up and see the pit box and just really see all the things, really. Yeah.
You brought the girls to the pit box before the race started. I thought that was against the rules. I thought you weren't allowed to have minors out on pit road. But I guess they can come out there.
Well, the cars weren't on yet. Like they hadn't fired the engines. So
right.
We were
so I didn't know the rules. You knew
they've
them
been
better
out there
than
for pre-race stuff.
You knew them better than I did.
Well, I was just going to ask for forgiveness if we were in the wrong spot. Surely they wouldn't let me out there with the kids if they were not supposed to be out there.
But that was cool. They come up on the pit box before the race started.
Mm-hmm.
That was cool to see. I like watching them in that be around the race cars, be on pit road, and the wonderment, and their curiosity, and they're looking around going, what's about to happen here?
Yeah.
And then after the race, we went to Victory Lane. That was pretty cool. I mean, honestly, it was one of the cooler things that I've experienced in a long time in terms of race in the racing industry. Or it was just so, maybe it wasn't as cool as winning a championship with Justin and things like that, but it was just different. I just don't know how to explain it. Mm-hmm. But that was a pretty cool experience with the girls. Isla.
Isla was dead set on holding that flag. So she took her spot
Victory
and
Lane.
Didn't move. And she wasn't about to lose it to her sister, that's for sure. So she had a death grip on the flag. And I think you said when you took her to JRM for the toast, she actually said thank you to the whole team for letting her hold the flag.
Yeah, so we're riding in the car. And I don't know, I'd be curious how other parents do it. But I was going to drive over to Junior Motorsports and speak to the company, call them down to the floor, tell them thank you. And I was like, hey, I'm going to do this, Isla. This is what I'm planning on doing. I think it might be nice if you say thank you as well. And I never think she
expected to
would
go any further than that.
I mean, because it's...
she's shy. She doesn't like getting up in front of people.
But she's like, I'll do it. I'm like, all right, so let's talk. We were driving down the road, and I'm like, let's practice. Like, Tim, what you going to say? So we practiced a little bit. And sure enough, man, I got done talking, and I said, Isla, you wanted to say a few words. She walks over, held the mic. She's like, thank you for letting me go to Victory Lane and hold the flag. That was cool. Thanks for the opportunity to do that. And everybody loved it.
I can't believe she did that. I still haven't seen a video. I'm hoping somebody has one.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
Not that I don't believe you, but I just want to see her little face,
Yeah. Isla's had a big weekend. Roller coasters, loop-de-loops, speaking in front of 140 people.
Yeah.
Pretty cool to see your daughter get the confidence to do those type of things.
It sure is.
Yeah. So,
Speaking of confidence,
what was your Pocono experience?
My Pocono experience was great. I mean, it was so hot. So when we went to the racetrack, the girls just hung out in MRO. And because we don't have the motor coach or anything there, all of the spoils that I'm used to, I just hung out in MRO too. But it was pretty hot.
Yeah. We rented this old house.
We did. We rented a house in the mountains. Is that what you call it?
Pocono Mountains.
Yeah. Right there next to Lake Harmony.
We rented this house, and The bottom floor is like a gamish room with a little bunk room, couple beds, and a bathroom. And then you go upstairs, and that's a living space.
Mm-hmm.
Top of the stairs is a door. That door, the hinges are destroyed. The door jamb is destroyed. I'm hoping that they don't think we did that. But when I got up there at the top of the door, the top hinge is completely loose from the door jamb. You can't shut the door without picking the handle up, picking the door literally up off the floor and setting it into the door jamb. It stayed open the whole time. And I'm like, man.
So when we got there, the door was shut.
I know the door, you can shut the door, but the hinges, it's ripped off the hinges. It is. Oh. I took all the screws out. There's no wood behind that hinge for it to get a hold of. It's all destroyed.
Yeah. So we get to the house, we open the door, and we're unpacking all the things. And all of a sudden I turn around, Dale's got a screwdriver in his hand, which I don't know where the hell he got that thing from. And it's not like you have tools in a rental house. All of a sudden he's got a screwdriver in his hand and he's whittling with the door jamb, talking to himself, you know. Yeah. I'm like, oh, what's going on with the door? He's already annoyed. What's going on? Girls, go to your room, unpack your things. I bet there's some deer outside.
Yeah.
Distract yourself.
Fine. It was fine. I just didn't want them to think that we had done that.
I don't know. It wasn't the newest house. Yeah. Surely they're used to the quirks of the house. But
I mean, it's just a little, hell, I can put a door in. I'll fix it.
Why didn't you do that?
I mean, I was waiting on you to tell me to stop messing with it. But
I was not about to get in the middle of that. I've seen that look on your face, and I too had a dad that acted that way sometimes.
Yeah.
You don't get in the middle of that.
Pocono is awesome. There's a little restaurant next to the racetrack called Louis Prime.
Mm-hmm.
They did a little remodeling since I've been back there, but
it's a cute little steakhouse.
The weird thing is, I had it in my mind that Dad took me there in the 80s. And I asked the lady, I said, how long y'all been here? And she goes, 20 years. I'm like, damn, did I make that up?
Yeah.
Maybe it was a restaurant before and just named something different. I got to go back and ask her.
The building would say it's been there longer than 20 years.
Right.
And the renovation, before they renovated it, it looked like this cute little German building or something. And you and I had gone there for what I remember being the first time back when you were racing.
Yeah.
I was like begging you to get out of the bus so we would go eat at places like that. And I remember somebody saying to you that maybe your dad used to come eat there, but I don't know that you went there with him.
Yeah.
I don't remember that happening.
Either way, I still feel like Dad ate there.
Yeah, there's some nostalgia there.
There's something in my mind that's got me and Dad or Dad connected to that place. So it's like this routine. When we go to Pocono, we eat at Louis Prime.
Yeah. So we took the girls.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit of a nicer place. And they're used to going out to eat, but you know, Nicole's just a stinker, and Isla can sit and mind her manners and put her napkin in her lap and do the whole thing. Nicole doesn't know how to sit still very well. She just doesn't.
They got some butter noodles in there. She'll put some spaghetti in her mouth and then chew on it, and then if she gets a whim, she'll just look down in her lap and spit it out right into her napkin. And then the napkin,
falls on the floor.
As it will slip off the leg and fall onto the floor. Now we got noodles out beside the table in the middle of the floor.
Yeah.
Of this freshly remodeled restaurant. And, but they, the people, the staff, they didn't care. They don't mind.
They didn't. At one point I had to get Nicole out of the seat though and take her out to the little vestibule and just talk to her a minute. I'm like, you don't think you understand.
Yeah.
We better get it together. Your dad's about to get really mad. But in the midst of all of the Nicole settle down, y'all behave. Dale is ripping them in the seat.
Huh?
Don't you remember farting? I
farted once.
I mean, with no shame. I'm like, how do you think we're going to get her to act right if that's what you're going to do in the middle of the booth? Like, no shame.
Yeah.
How do you even explain yourself there, sir?
I know. I was telling you this yesterday.
Yeah, because he did it again yesterday.
Well, I was burped. We were walking around somewhere doing something, and I just burped. And I thought to myself, I said it out loud. I said, when we first started dating and early in our relationship, I would never, burp out loud or fart, right? And I'm like,
got no couth anymore.
You deserve better, Amy. You deserve better because here I am, just like, whatever.
I mean, just like that too. Mid conversation.
Yeah. And I'm like, man,
are you okay? What's wrong
How
with you?
can I expect you to look at me as the greatest thing the greatest decision you've ever made, and I'm over here not.
You're a barbarian.
Not doing my best.
It's
I'm
not
gonna try to get back to where I don't.
How are you gonna do that?
Fart and burp out loud in front of you, like a gentleman, right?
Yeah.
Act like a gentleman.
We'll see how that goes.
I'm gonna try to do it. Try to get a better habit.
Can we? I want to follow up on me losing my phone.
Yeah, you did. You lost your phone in Vegas, and since then, you've had a lot of correspondence and connections. People have shared some stories with you. I'm excited about this.
Well, losing phones is just a thing that everybody does. You've lost your phone.
Nope.
Not it. You have misplaced your phone. I absolutely don't believe that you've never lost your phone.
I don't let that happen.
Okay. Well, Earnhardt, a lot of people do. And I took a poll, and it's very common.
What poll did you take? What was
I just said, what's the craziest place you've lost your phone? There are a lot of people that lose it in the refrigerator.
What?
A lot of people are putting the groceries away, set it in there to turn around and grab something else, or they're just getting a water, get distracted, lose it in the fridge. The other really popular place is in the laundry, like in the laundry either basket or in the machine. I've had a couple of people say they lost it in the machine. Got one in the freezer. A lot of poor people lose it in the lake, like kayaking.
Oh yeah,
all over,
dropping.
Fall off the boat.
I remember Brandon Suggs lost his phone in the lake one day.
Oh, did he lose his mind, or did he not care like me?
Hey, you dropped yours at the pier, and a dude swam down and got it. Remember that?
No.
The hell?
I mean, I'm not saying it didn't happen.
We
but
were
I don't
at the lake
it.
house, and the neighbor across the street, they were partying on their pier. And we were going to untie our pond. I think we still had the old boathouse, our houseboat. Sorry.
Oh, loose change.
Yeah, and so that
was a while ago. No wonder I don't remember.
It was me and you, and we're getting ready to get on the boat, and you dropped your phone in the slip of the boat, of the dock.
Oh.
The boy came over.
Were they floating? They were like in the water already.
They were hanging. He come over and he's like, he come over to ask us if they could go off our slide of the houseboat.
Oh.
And we were like, you can go off it all day long if you'll go down here and get this phone that you just dropped in the lake. He swam down there and got it. It's like 7 foot of water.
Yeah.
But, and then we put it in rice.
You have a pretty good memory.
Some things.
Yeah. Some things stick. Some people lose it in the sewer drain. That's happened.
Holy crap. I mean, it's gone then. I ain't getting it out of there.
A lot of people lose it when it's in their back pocket. Like it's on their person and they just like, oh.
Yeah. That happened. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I've done that.
Hang tight. Got some more. There's some funny ones here. Dog crate, my cooler. This one poor lady, oh my gosh, she lost hers in the shredder. They have a business. So they have like a really big industrial shredder.
Yeah.
She had to call whoever comes to receive or get all the stuff out of it to get her phone out. Let's see here. Oh, on the back of the car. Top of the car, back of the car, the bumper. Pretty common. People drive around.
Oh, man.
It flies off.
Yep. I haven't done that with my phone, but a few things.
What?
I didn't do that with my phone, but I did drive off with, so I have my little Garmin, my Garmin thing for my bike, my road bike, and my brake, my little tail light thing and all the stuff that's on my bike when I go riding.
Mm-hmm.
I left it on the bumper and put the bike in the truck and jumped in the truck to drive away, and all that stuff was out on the street.
Oh shoot! So you did it after you rode? After
I rode, yeah. I went back and got it. It was all still good.
This last one, this lady wrapped it up in a UPS package and shipped it with some things, and then ended up having to get it back through UPS.
Holy shit.
Get to chase it down. So that's it. And I have one other story I wanted to add. I should have just told you this last week. And this is not a tragedy, but it's something my friends razz me about all the time. So we're in Nashville for Alexa Jordan's bachelorette. This is years ago, way before kids. And I have this tiny little crossbody bag, and my little card case is in my bag. And it's just got like a flap. There's no lock or anything. So you've been downtown in Nashville to bar hop. There's like 5 or 6 levels at some of these buildings.
Yep.
And so there's bars on each level. You're jumping all over the place. I lost my wallet. I get to the next bar. I don't have my cards. I'm like, oh no, this is really bad. I have my phone. So I know that I don't have, like, I haven't lost everything, but I start trying to backtrack with some of my friends on the bars that we went to, cross-eyed. I mean, it's bachelorette weekend. I think I lost a kitty life that weekend too. It was bad. So I ended up finding the wallet in a bathroom. The bathroom attendant had it. And I remember slinging my purse around when I went to the bathroom, and just it just must have fallen out. But in the meantime of the hunt, I had drafted an email to my banker at Wells Fargo.
Oh, gosh.
Her name is Debbie. She's the sweetest lady. And in the subject line, it reads, "I've lost it all." Now, anytime I lose anything, all of my friends text me like, "I lost it all." I lost it all. Oh, so, I mean, it's not new. I lose things all the time.
Oh, yeah. I know. I do know that. Speaking of houseboats.
Yeah?
I've got
You didn't buy another one, did you?
No, I got a houseboat playlist, Houseboat Rock, on my Spotify. So I got 2 playlists that I've shared with folks on social media and so forth. And one of them's Houseboat Rock. And I wondered who came up with the name Yacht Rock. You know, Yacht Rock, the style of music. Like, we rode down here to the beach in Suburban, listening to Yacht Rock on Sirius XM.
I guess some guy that has a yacht.
But I don't know. I wonder where did the...
Instead of boat music, like it's...
Why yacht?
I don't know.
Right? It's like, no, who can really relate?
Right. I don't know.
You know? And it's not... Yachts are like, you know, expensive $1 million, multi-million-dollar pieces of equipment. This music's
laid back, approachable,
laid back, easy, reach, you know, accessible. It doesn't connect.
Doesn't make sense.
I don't like the name.
Okay, so you've renamed it
Houseboat Rock.
Why not just
or
boat rock?
Pontoon Rock, even.
Pontoon Rock. That one sounds, you know, like flows a little bit better.
Yeah. But
it's the same music.
I think, you know, we're kind of stuck with Yacht Rock because everybody knows what that means when you say it. Mm-hmm. But I think it was mislabeled.
Google says it started from a like comedy sketch series. They called it Yacht Rock, making fun of the lifestyle that these songs were like trying to portray, and then it just that's what Google said.
There we go.
Oh, well, I like it better that way. It's like
a comedic sort of tongue-in-cheek joke. How about that?
Yacht Rock's a joke.
Yeah.
Now we like it.
I still like Houseboat Rock.
I gave that playlist
houseboat. I don't have a yacht. But
I gave that playlist a follow that you tweeted out, Dale. I followed.
Yeah,
I'm listening to that.
Thanks, man.
When do you listen to it?
I think there's 1,000 followers on it now.
Oh, there you
1,000? You have 1,000 followers
on my Yacht Rock.
You can have followers on Spotify.
Saves, whatever. They're people.
I don't know how this stuff works.
If somebody makes a playlist, you can go follow it, and it basically just adds it to your library, so you can just listen to it whenever you want. Now it's your playlist, right?
So as people update their playlist, you get the updates too.
Yep.
That's pretty neat.
I add a couple songs a day. If I'm listening to it, as I'm listening to it, I'm probably adding a couple songs here and there. So yeah, it's always percolating.
Percolating?
Yeah. It's always alive.
That's not a word I've ever heard you say before.
Yeah. I also have my original playlist called Shuffle It.
What's on that?
Mostly, that is a playlist that is a blend of grunge from the 90s all the way till current time of sort of grunge, pop punk, alternative style music, and just things that were kind of popular over the years. But it's all in this really wide vein of kind of rock.
So they'll take you up and bring you down and take you up and bring you down.
Yeah. There's it's all over the place. It is, I think it's over 24 hours of music.
Good Lord.
Yeah. I don't know how many songs are in that one, but it's a lot.
Sounds like it.
I've been working on it for a long time. And I think it has 4,000 people that have saved it. Sorry.
Back to those manners.
I've shared it a couple times. On social media.
Hey, it's Dale Jr. Did you know that we've got brand new merch from our Stars, Stripes, and Beers collection available now? We've got tanks, tees, beach towels, and more just in time for summer. Check it all out at shop.dirtymomedia.com.
Well, speaking of social media, you sent me a funny clip.
I did?
Or you showed it to me of this guy talking about this lake. It was from Twitter.
Oh.
So apparently there's a lake, and I don't remember where.
At Lake Tahoe.
Lake Tahoe.
It's really deep and really cold at the bottom.
Mega deep, very cold. And so if you fall off of your boat and you die in this lake, you sink and you don't decompose because you're so cold that you're like preserved. So they call it what is it? The dancing floor?
Oh, hell if I know.
The death of... we have to Google it.
Yeah.
Can you look it up?
Yeah.
I'm not going to be able to find it.
So apparently if you get to a certain level, there's a bunch of bodies down there and they're still preserved. And they call it something about dancing.
Yeah. Because it looks like when you're down there, they're dancing.
A bunch of dead bodies kind of
but
floating
they're just
around.
kind of floating. They don't decompose because the temperature of the water is too cold.
Well, it just reminded me of being on Lake Norman years ago on the houseboat, because we're going off the slide, hanging out in the water, and there is a party boat that's rather large, and there's nobody on it except for the captain, and you can see him kind of walking around the edge of the boat, and he's looking in the water. He clearly lost something. Well, what he had lost was a person, and that dead body was floating around somewhere close to us. While we were partying and acting like fools, we could have absolutely just bumped into a damn dead body in Lake Norman. So what I want to know is, what happens to the dead bodies in Lake Norman?
They find them.
Do they? Do they really find them all?
Well, they don't. They decompose eventually.
Well, we didn't run into one, but I hear that there's a lot of bodies in that lake too. Like people die in Lake Norman pretty regularly all summer.
I remember that day. We had a houseboat called Loose Change, and we get on that thing. It's in the afternoon. We got all of our friends, some of the people that I worked with at Hendrick Motorsports, and crewmen, wives, girlfriends. We go out into the lake. We passed by this other houseboat that we knew was rentable and that would take people out and party. And I'm like, it's interesting. They're usually not out during the day. They're usually a night kind of thing. And wonder what they're doing. And they were, they had obviously sort of put everything away on the top deck. So I knew they weren't working. They were just out on the lake for some reason. They were kind of cleaning things up, and we're waving. We're like, hey. I know who they are, right? So we're like, hey, y'all. They know, they can see our boat and recognize it. And they're just like, not really, hey mood, And so we go on by, and then we see a couple of sheriff's boats trolling around, and we're cruising over to where we're going to park. We get over there, we park, and we have a day, right? We're swimming, going off the slide, having a good time. And it's about 4 or 5 hours later, we learned that they had lost somebody off the back of that boat.
The day before.
That night before. And they were out there looking.
Wow.
Yep.
They still hadn't found the body.
And I'm like,
we're not in like this mega wide part of the lake.
I wasn't like worried about what Amy was worried about. I was like, what ass we were to ride by and be like, what's up, y'all? Hey, how y'all doing?
Good us and everybody else in the lake, nobody knew what they were.
Good seeing you out today. What's up? And they're sitting there going, we're looking for somebody when probably, I don't know. That was.
Well, we didn't learn that till we got off the lake.
Yeah,
nobody knew.
Oh,
no,
man.
I guess we're not supposed to know.
Even
but we all kind of should have known.
We should have known.
We should have kept our ass out of the water.
I felt terrible about that, but
I don't know. I feel like there's more to the stories about people falling in the lakes.
Well,
where do they go?
I don't know if I believe that the if you fall into Lake Tahoe and you sink to the bottom where it's that cold, that your body just it doesn't bloat or anything. It doesn't, so it won't serve.
Yeah, it doesn't bloat. It doesn't decompose. So there's no gases lifting you up to the surface of the water.
Yeah.
Like you just pickle and you're hanging out down there.
I don't believe that.
You don't? I feel like it wouldn't be real if it wasn't talked about.
I would think that
like everything has an ounce of truth.
All right. So the bodies that from the Titanic.
Yeah.
Right. All the microorganisms and all those things, they've taken care of all that. There's nothing down there.
I know, that's over a vast period of time.
We don't know. Could have happened in a year. But I imagine in Lake Tahoe, same thing. Like,
well, there's not like sharks and stuff in the lake.
No, I'm not saying sharks have torn them, eaten the people from the Titanic. I'm just saying, like in Lake Tahoe, I'm sure there's microorganisms and other things too that would take care of something like that. I don't know.
We'll never know.
I think that video on the internet was just a clickbaiter.
Well, they got me.
They got you.
Got you too. You're the one that showed it to me.
Yeah. Well, I knew you'd love it. So me and Amy were talking about, Amy was making a list on her phone for shopping from the grocery store. What do you call that?
A grocery list?
No. What do you call it? What do you call that when you're filling up your thing?
My Instacart?
Instacart. That's what I'm thinking. So she was doing her Instacart. I needed some printer cartridges to be able to print for work and getting a couple other things. And
mind you, we're sitting at the pub doing this.
Yeah, we're sitting at the bar drinking a couple beers. And I was like, hey, put some fruit roll-ups on there.
Like the hell? I'm getting you a fruit roll-up.
Put some gushers. What are some of the, and we were just kind of like going through, like, what are some of the things that
we bounced around with? Is that even something that's sold anymore? Because we haven't bought them in so long. And what are some
of the things that you ate as a kid?
You guys
you don't eat.
You guys ever hear of Dunkaroos?
Yeah. Dunkaroos?
No.
They're like they came back for a hot minute a couple years ago. It's like icing and like animal crackers, and
I remember those.
Dunk those in the icing. They were good, and then you would eat the icing.
Gross.
Oh man.
I had a lot of Little Debbie's.
Yeah.
Swiss cake rolls, oatmeal cream pies, kind of stuff.
When I was a little kid, like the goat of candies was the Fun Dip. Like that, when you got a hold of one of them, you'd hit the jackpot. I don't know why, because it was so much work.
Yeah.
The little chalky stick into the, it's basically like Kool-Aid mix. And you're like, nom, nom, nom. And we ended up, Fun Dip turned into literally getting the Kool-Aid packets. And just like.
Eating the Kool-Aid? Like no sugar?
Right out of the Kool-Aid packet. Man, we were broke. Poor.
Poor and stupid.
So,
I bet your teeth were colored like.
Oh yeah.
Mega dye.
Yeah, and we got we tried everything. Some of it wasn't that good, like Gatorade. No. Just Gatorade powder. No.
I always really like Pop Rocks, and so does Isla. She likes some Pop Rocks.
Yeah.
What else? I don't know. We ate all the junk. We ate all of the junk.
Yeah. Well, fruit roll-ups, man. I used to get those and take it all at once and ball it up in a ball and throw it in your mouth and chew on that.
Everything is so aggressive. Like nothing could just be done as planned, as designed. He's got to step it up a notch. Wad up the entire fruit ball and put it in my mouth, or eat the Fun Dip.
Oh, man.
Fun Dip. We're going straight to Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
We're just going to.
Well, we could, yeah.
They didn't sell Fun Dip everywhere either. We didn't get Kool-Aid powder like that. That was one thing we didn't have. It's like jugs of Kool-Aid.
Packets. They were little packets.
I know, but we didn't make that. It's like you had tea in the fridge. And other than that, there was just like sink water.
Yeah.
We didn't get Kool-Aid. I don't remember getting Kool-Aid anyway.
Fruit roll-ups, man, they were the ticket.
I remember sticking them on my finger.
And it ain't nothing but
it's just corn syrup.
Sugar sheet. And it's not even the good sugar. It's like the terrible sugar that's bad for you. the game that we played a couple weeks ago, where it was Guess the Girls.
Yeah, that was last week.
Was it
Wasn't
last
it?
week?
Yeah, last
Yeah, it was last week.
Are we going to play that again?
Yeah.
I got these scratch-offs I bought last night. Let's see if we won.
Do you want to scratch them off right now?
Well, I won't. I was going to do it
minute.
while we were in a conversation.
Well, I think we lost that opportunity.
I also was going to talk about ear hair.
Ear hair?
Yeah. This is the fastest growing hair on my body. And it's on the top of my ear. Do you get those?
Mine are
No, he's
Tim's,
not old enough for that
mine
yet.
are
Tim's.
mine are still peach fuzz.
Oh my God.
Because if you shave it, I'm convinced it grows back thicker and faster.
Oh yeah.
I think you might be right.
When I was a kid, I wanted to grow a beard and a mustache and all that so bad that I'm shaving my peach fuzz, trying to, because they said, if you shave it, it'll grow back faster. And I'm like, all right, well, we'll get this going. Boy, I regret all that because now I hate shaving. I wish you could just make, like all this never grow again, so you didn't have to cut it. But yeah, man, right at the tops of my ears, because I kind of forget to cut it. And man, it just grows back so fast. It's weird.
Things you have to look forward to there, Alex.
When you turn 50, all that damn hair in your nose is starting to grow out. You got to look in the mirror because you walk around with hair sticking out of your nose.
You turn animal.
Eyebrow hair hanging down into your lid. God almighty.
You know what I found the other day? It was like
you start
right
saying things
here,
like God almighty.
Like right here in my eye was like growing out some thick hairs. And I'm like, well, how did you get up there? Yeah.
How did it get up there?
I just shaved that. I'm like, what is that?
Hell yeah. Hey, I had a damn eyebrow, like my eyebrows right are where they're supposed to be. I had a hair way off to the side one day, and I'm like, all right, now I know that's probably part of the eyebrow, but I'm supposed to knock that one off. I
started breaking away from the pack. Yeah, what is it?
Yeah, he was leaving.
Oh my God. Yeah, I hate that. Stray hairs. Like, how does that happen?
I know.
I started having to pluck them out of my chin.
Oh my gosh.
That's what happens when you get older and you're a woman.
Estrogen
drops, and all of a sudden you've got chin hairs you got to pluck.
Yeah.
And they can grow fast. You can sprout one like in an hour. So you just kind of, if you see me doing this, it's not because I'm
just checking for hairs.
Thinking.
Yeah.
I'm checking for hairs.
Yeah. I'm convinced the hair on my ears is like grows faster than any other hair on my body.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we got a game today. The game is called Hot Takes.
Okay.
Agree or disagree. Alex is going to list off some hot takes, and we're going to decide if we agree or disagree with them. I'm going to challenge you, Alex. Next week, I want to get back to playing that game, but we can flip it and do the guy slang.
Yeah, let's do it. Me and you can come up with some words too.
All right,
let's do it next week.
But all right, let's play hot takes.
All right, hot takes this week. The first one is brunch is overrated.
Overrated.
Who says that?
Disagree.
Sorry.
God dang.
Sorry.
Brunch is not overrated. Brunch is one of the greatest inventions ever.
Brunch is great, especially if you're hungover, because it's, you get the mimosas and get right back into it.
Yeah, you have breakfast or lunch. You can sit and hang for hours. Why is that? For some reason, brunch is like an extended situation. Yeah. It's not like your typical dining experience. Like you don't sit for an hour. You can stay for 3 or 4 hours.
I like
Sometimes
brunch.
It turns to a party.
I thought brunch was stupid when I was in my 20s or 30s, but now I get it.
Yeah. I hate the people that are too focused on the food part of brunch. I don't really consider that. The focus is the drinks. That's the difference. The next one, adults shouldn't wear graphic tees. Agree or disagree?
Adults shouldn't wear graphic tees?
Yeah.
It feels a little juvenile. Dale likes a graphic tee.
I like graphic tee too. The racing shirts are cool. Like that's what I would consider.
Yeah.
I think it just depends on what's on it. I mean, I'm not against the racing shirts. He wore one yesterday that had like a sunset or something on it. I wore it at the beach, But it does feel a little juvenile, right?
Yes. I think that, so everybody knows I'm very nostalgic, and I went online and bought some old spring break MTV shirts. So MTV remakes these shirts. It's like it's not a vintage shirt that I'm buying from somebody, but it'll be like 1987 spring break MTV.
Panama.
Yeah, Panama City, Daytona Beach. And I bought those, and I'm like, those are freaking badass. I can't wait to go to the beach and wear that. That's gonna be kick ass. And then every now and then when I do something like that, I'll like have this sort of out of body perspective where I'll go, damn it, I'm 50. I shouldn't be wearing this. You know, I bet I look like a freaking idiot out here with Amy and my kids, and I'm walking around dressing like I did when I was 20.
Well, what's funny about that is he doesn't just wear the shirt. We have shorts that match.
Oh,
we
yeah.
have a hat that matches. We are full neon.
Yeah.
And like you found these trunks on Amazon that are bright colors, and then the undershorts like are built in, and they are splatter painted or something equally like it looks like back
the 90s and
the
80s.
very 90s, like Saved by the Bell print. You know what I mean? Like very, very bright. So if it worked for just the T-shirt, maybe you wouldn't feel that way. But he goes very hard for his theme.
I do.
It's commitment.
I think that it is. I think it's probably best that adults don't wear graphic tees, but
a heart wants what it wants.
Yeah, I kind of see how easy that is to do.
Yeah, I get it. This next one, I'm excited to hear this answer. It's fine not to answer a call or text back for days.
Not okay.
It's probably not okay. I'm guilty of doing that. And the reason why isn't because I lose my phone. It's because I will check it as I'm driving or something, just because like I can't stand the notification to be there. But then I forget to go back, like when I stop and I just get distracted to keep going. And so I forget. So sometimes I do that for that reason, but I don't ignore people on purpose.
Yeah.
What about responding with like those reactions, like a thumbs up, a heart,
I think that's okay. Like if you don't have your read receipts on and they don't know that you read it, at least give them like the high sign, yes, that you have paid attention. Some people don't like that though. They feel like that's rude.
Yeah.
I don't think that it's rude.
A thumbs up is rude?
Yeah, like some people feel like if you can't respond back, that you're either in a bad mood, you're short, something's wrong. So I think it's fine.
Yeah, I mean,
that's what they're there for.
The acknowledgement's what I'm looking for. I don't really need a whole conversation about that, but
yeah,
I agree with that. The next one: once you hit a certain age, birthdays don't matter.
I totally disagree. Every birthday matters, right? No, I think they all matter.
So when I got to everyone mattered, and then I turned 40. And that not that 40 was bad or that, rocked my mentality around it, but like the numbers get boring, like 41, 44, 46.
Yeah.
You're like, oh man, 46, what a crap number. And then so you just it becomes like, all right, this is, we'll get excited about 45 or 50, 55. You start to really kind of like the 51s, 2s, 3s, 4s just don't hit as hard as a 50 or a 55.
I still like to celebrate them though. Excuse me. Doing your thing now. I don't need a party.
Yeah.
But I damn sure want a present and some carrot cake for my birthday.
Cake. I want to, at this point, I want, a good morning hug, happy birthday, and then I want to be able to choose, kind of like a Father's Day or Mother's Day. I just kind of want to choose what I'm going to do that day.
Yeah. And
it's just a me thing. It's not like I want, to go have a party or a dinner with a group. It's just like, hey, just let me go do whatever.
I think it's fun to like not have a rigid, like this has to happen on my birthday. Yeah. But it's fun to have a dinner one year, maybe just like go do nothing the next year, go to the spa, or maybe the family goes to dinner together. Who knows? Yeah. But I feel like you should acknowledge every birthday.
Yes, of course. You got to acknowledge them. But I think that, I think everybody changes as they get older, or everybody's, the birthday, the intensity of the birthday.
Sure. It definitely dwindles.
It's not a hot take, really. I don't think. I think it's just.
General fact. Next one: subtitles should always be on when you're watching TV.
always be on? No.
No.
I turn that off. I'm like, who messed up and put on the subtitles?
So lately I've been doing that, and I accidentally did it once. I'm like, I actually kind of like this because if I don't turn the TV up very loud, I can actually still see what's going. I can still follow along, especially if I'm in bed at night. I don't know. Maybe that's something to do with me getting older.
That's an old person thing. That's an old lady hack.
That's an old lady hack. Yeah, subtitles, they don't hurt my feelings.
It's like a newer thing, I think. Watching movies, I think, is very popular.
So the other thing I've heard too is like if you want your kids to like pay attention to the words and be reading as they're listening, it's a good thing for kids to have on the TV because they're reading the words. If they're learning to read, it's not a bad idea. I don't know.
Yeah.
Clearly, we're divided on that.
We are divided. A house divided on the, what do you call it?
Subtitles.
Next one, making your bed every day is overrated.
No, I want my bed made.
Amy makes the bed every day.
I make the bed every day, but he's the last one out of it. It's so freaking annoying. Can you please just make the bed, or at least your side? I remember Carrie Earnhardt telling me, I make my side of the bed, Renee makes her side of the bed. I'm like, that's so ridiculous. Why don't you just make the whole thing? He's like, well, because I get out of it first. So I'm going to make up my side, and she has to make up her side. I'm like, Dale doesn't do that. He doesn't ever make it, and he loves the sloppy sheets kicked everywhere bed. Yeah. And I want it to be like perfectly made when I get in it.
A bed that's a mess is more comfortable to me than a made bed.
It gives me anxiety. Like I need the sheets to be crisp, and I want to pull them back and like tuck myself in. But I don't sleep like a Tasmanian devil either. So he does.
Yeah.
He kicks everything off. Everything's like thrown all over the place.
So before Amy, I had a cleaning service or individual that would clean the house. And yeah, when I walk into my room and the bed's made from the night before, I'm like,
one more task I gotta do is make my bed.
That's not as comfortable as I left it, you know?
Never mind those clean sheets you have.
Yeah.
It is
how I left it was like, because when I'm laying in it in the morning, when you're laying in the bed, waking up, don't we all say, like, holy crap, this is hard to get out of this bed. It's so comfortable. I love it. Well, you get out of it and you're like, don't touch it. Leave it just like that. It's as comfortable as I've ever felt. Just leave it just like it is.
This just doesn't align. He's so OCD about all these other things, like wires having to be perfectly clamped together and there's no slack in every
Cable management is important.
But the bed is like a whole mess.
Yeah.
I get that. Dale might have flipped me on that. I get that.
Do you make your bed?
I do, because everyone always says it's a great way to start the day, but it doesn't change my day. I don't even think about it. But I agree that it's comfortable when I get out of it. And it takes me all night to get back to that spot.
Yes.
So
that's right. You get in the bed that's made, the bed, the sheet is tucked in at the bottom and your feet are kind of smashed down in there. And you're like, when you go to a hotel and you climb in them things, they got them tight. They got that thing sealed. And you got to kick all them sheets around and get some room down there. And
I don't like the sheets tight on my feet either.
No, see
but I do want everything pulled up and perfectly even. Like I need my stuff to be straight on the bed.
I got you.
Yeah. I got two more for you.
All right.
This one, avocados are overrated.
No.
What the hell?
Avocados are great.
Why?
Who thinks that avocado? Do you not like an avocado?
I think avocados are overrated.
Why are we?
They're just
why are we being so judgmental?
They're just a normal.
Avocados didn't do.
They're just normal. It's normal. Everyone overhypes it. It's just a normal.
It's like a superfood.
It ain't nothing about it normal. It's so unique. It reminds me of nothing. There's nothing like an avocado. Not that they're exceptional.
Well, then why aren't we hyping up kiwis? There's nothing like kiwis. Or
you can't mash up a kiwi and eat it with
you can't put
kiwis
a kiwi
are so
on a
good.
salad.
You could if you want. I mean, there's no rules against it.
I'm not sure, man. Kiwi, maybe kiwi's got its day. Maybe it's coming out there in the future. Maybe kiwi, is in the next decade we're looking at kiwis the way we look at avocados.
I just think the hype is so overrated.
Is that because you don't know how to cut it open?
Yeah, that's part of it. But
I would love to see you just attack an avocado.
It's gonna get mangled.
Get you running a knife.
It's gonna be a mangled mess.
It is. It's so easy.
I don't know. I don't even like.
Avocados, there aren't a lot of really healthy foods that I like to eat. Most everything that is good for you is not as tasty or flavorful as all the bad things. Where avocado is the one standout that, you know, you mash up an avocado, squeeze a little lime juice on it, and now you're good, you're golden. I mean, it's like, hey man, I found something that
he's like, nope, I don't care.
Something that's good for me to eat that I can eat and enjoy.
There's
not a lot of stuff that
more for us.
You know what it is? It's I think it's good. It's the color and the look of the texture of it. I
mean, it definitely is deterring from the outside.
It's a little tough mental battle all the time to get over that.
I only see avocados when it's either mashed or sliced neatly. I don't see them.
It's kind of like how that bed gets made. He doesn't really have anything to do with that.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, when I see it,
gets made.
every time somebody puts an avocado in front of me, it looks fine.
He doesn't ever have to cut it open either.
Yeah, I'm not cutting them open.
Last one. It's better to shower at night versus in the morning.
Oh no.
Honestly, I think it just depends on your day. If you're dirty before you get in the bed, you should probably take a shower. You know, like if you had a long sweaty day, you absolutely should get in the shower and clean all that off of you. Otherwise, you're getting your bed all dirty. But, you know, for girls with your hair and everything, it's better to wash your hair in the morning for styling. Dale has to wet his hair down. His just gets big.
I don't. I usually shower in the morning. That's most of the time I'm showering in the morning. But you know, if you're dirty, like after the Xfinity race, right, sitting on that pit box all day, putting sunscreen all over your arms, it just depends on the occasion. Speaking of, I think did we talk about? I remember a couple, just to put a button on something. We were talking about how we were having an issue in the patient portal with my doctor.
Oh yeah, you got more information on the portal?
I just thought we would. So,
did you get to meet?
No.
Sandra or whoever it was.
I got the results from my blood test.
Yeah.
So we you
went back and did it again.
Yeah, I went back and did it again. So I get I do the physical every year. And a couple of years ago, my PSA level was a little high, and over 4, they were like, "Hey, we need to take a look at this." But it all ended up going back down. Everything was fine. I went to a couple specialists, and everything was good. And so when I went back to get the physical this time, my PSA was not over 4, but it was high. It's supposed to be like 0.7, really low all the time, and mine was like 3. And that's when I was like, in the patient portal, I was like, me and Amy, if you have sex, you can make your PSA go up.
I can't believe he's so comfortable talking about this.
Didn't we do this?
Yeah, we did.
Publicly?
I couldn't believe you were comfortable the first time.
And so so that's how that conversation happened, where the nurse was like, "Y'all can talk about this when you come visit." I'm like, "Whoa, who's here?" I thought this was me and my doctor conversation, and but everybody else in the office read my note to my doctor about me and Amy. Well, we go and win the Xfinity Series race. We're over the moon. We've had a day at Hershey Park, blast, kids awesome, riding roller coasters. Great day for a parent. Next day, we go and win the Xfinity race. Unreal. Late that night, I get the results from my PSA, and it's back to 0.7. And I was like, yeah.
He gets the email and he goes, "Oh, I got my results. Do you think we should look at it?" I was like, yeah, just let her read. Like, don't wait.
Because
he was like, "I don't want to ruin this day."
I don't want to ruin this day. Yeah, I don't want to ruin this day. And, hey, man, it's still a little elevated. We got to go to Charlotte and probably get you a biopsy and all those things. And I was like, gosh, that's the worst thing, man, getting some test results back in an email. Because that's the way it works these days. They don't hold the result and call you and go, "Hey, here's the results. This is what I think." You just get them and you interpretate it.
You get to spiral.
No doctor.
You get plenty of time to spiral first.
And you're like, holy here we go. All right. But we got, so that was like, we're sitting there at, 7 or 8 o'clock at night in that house we're renting, fist pumping.
Yeah. He's literally walking around throwing his hands in the air.
Yeah. We got our PSA score back. Anyways, put the button on it.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's all we got about that.
Yeah, let's do some Ask Amy.
Let's do it.
Okay, guys, we are ready for some Ask Amy questions. Dale and I are on location today at our beach house, but we've had a good show and can't wait to hear what you have.
Yes, our first question is from B Boone 77. How does it feel?
B Boone. That's fun.
How does it feel to be the wife of a winning crew chief?
It feels so good. He's undefeated. I'm proud of him. Honestly, that was one of those things we really didn't plan for. And when he got asked to do it, I'm like, well, that sounds fun. Are you like so excited? And he's like, yeah, but I'm so nervous, blah, blah, blah. But he killed it. He did such a good job. I got to go up and watch the last few laps on the pit box. And I got to really see how excited they all were and watch Connor make his move for the lead there too. So that was really fun. We were all very proud of
That was the best part for me.
Dale.
I remember. So, excuse me. We're standing on the pit box, and man, when you're watching that race and it's closing down, 3 to go, 2 to go. You're like a powder keg, man. You have all of this excitement and emotion that's like right here, and you won't. You know when he comes off the end of turn 3, he keys up the mic and goes, "Heck yeah, boys!" You're like, all right, he knows he's going to win this race. He understands that he's going to, and it just comes all. You just release all that energy.
Yeah,
we're hugging the guys and we're punching each other, and I hear Amy go, "Oh,
we aren't punching each other." Dale's doing all the punching. Both of the guys up there, I'm like, oh my God, you're going to need to ask him if he's okay, because he punched him hard in the back and the ribs just trying to give him a hug. I'm like, holy smokes, Dale.
Yeah, I heard Amy go, "Oh."
It's gracious.
And I was like, yes.
I mean, the energy was coming out everywhere. Everybody was so excited. It was cool.
Yeah, she got too close.
Yeah.
And got too close.
I was going to get him.
Oh, that's funny. Similar follow-up. Sarah Ann wants to know, what was it like getting the girls ready to go to Victory Lane?
That was a little hectic, to be honest, because they were at MRO. I was having a hard time getting them to leave. And MRO, if anybody that's listening doesn't know, is called Motor Racing Outreach. And it's this group that travels to the racetracks to kind of provide a place for the kids to hang out and craft and play. And it's wonderful. So we love MRO. And the girls didn't really want to leave. So I had my friend Jamie with us, and I went to the pit box and she stayed with the girls, and she was going to bring them to Victory Lane. So she comes like with 2 laps to go, and she's hiding out waiting. And but she had a hard time getting them to get out and sit on the golf cart. She's like, you don't understand. You're going to win. You're going to go to Victory Lane. And so at that point, Nicole's like, oh, okay, I want to go. And so we get there. And of course, I'm like, you're going to hold it. This is when you really get to hold up your number 1 finger. And because it was his second win, we held up number 2s the whole time, and it threw her off. She was trying to get her 2s out, like she's like holding her fingers, trying to get her 2s
she's looking
together.
at her. Yeah, she's like looking at her.
And so
fingers,
half of the pictures are her looking down at her hand, trying to get her 2s out. She was so confused, but it was awesome.
That's so funny.
Mm-hmm.
Our next question is from Dat Dude. Going to Daytona in August for my bachelor party and the race. What is something I have to do while I'm there?
Ooh, bachelor party in Daytona?
Yeah.
Man, it's
changed so much.
It has. If you were asking me this 15, 20 years ago, I'd have you a list.
The Hard Rock is a good place to go hang out now. There's a new hotel. You should go hang out at the Hard Rock. The pool scene and everything in there is cool. Where else? Like any of the old bars?
Well, I mean, obviously, take some time to go through Daytona, USA. Go by the Earnhardt statue out front. There's a lot of kind of neat things around the racetrack there, or right at the racetrack. There's a bunch of restaurants and shopping and stuff across the street. I mean, that place has really grown just right at the track itself. But
there is a strip of little beach bars, though. Like
the Fourth Turn, I think it's called, whatever that. There's a bar at the end of the beach where the old beach and road course used to be for the racetrack. What's that turn? I forget the name of the bar or restaurant. It's a restaurant bar, but it's been there since the 50s. And it's located in the turn of the old beach course.
Oh, that's cool.
That they raced in the 40s and 50s. So I'd go there for sure. There's a lot of
North Turn or something like that?
North Turn, yeah.
North Turn.
North Turn restaurant. A lot of good history inside the restaurant. Pretty cool place to check out.
Awesome. Good list there.
There is one little strip. So speaking of the original beach course, you can go to the North Turn restaurant and ask them about this. But there is a strip of pavement that's probably about a block long. That's the original road that they raced on. And then on that strip are two houses that were the first two homes to be built down on that end of the beach. And one of them's now been torn down, but the other was remodeled and still there.
Oh, really?
Yep. They were built by one of the riders from the motorcycles. They used to race motorcycles as well on the beach back then. One of the riders that raced in the motorcycles built those houses for him and his team or family to stay in when they would come down there and race.
Interesting.
And one of them's still there.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's really
I've not even seen that.
That's awesome. Next question's from Donald. What was your first car, and was it the same car you took your driver's test in?
My first car was a Chevy Cavalier, and I had that car until I moved to North Carolina, so I had it for a very long time. And I think the car I took my driver's test in was not my car. I think in Texas, back when I was in high school, you took your driver's test in whatever town car they had at the school.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh. I don't know if that's true or not.
I
remember doing like a summer course, and like you did all of your in-car stuff with an instructor, and then you had a simulator you went into, and then you had like a school where you did all the signs and everything, and then you went to the DMV and just took a written test. You didn't get in the car with someone then, so you did all that way before. Yeah.
Interesting. So you didn't have to parallel park or do anything like that?
Oh yeah, I had to parallel park. I'm good at parallel parking because I learned to drive. My mom had a Suburban. She always had a big car, so I can parallel park anything. But no, I don't think I did my driver's test in my own car. And I remember getting on the highway. She would teach us how to like get up to speed, and we're supposed to like blend as you're supposed to be up to speed by the time you're at the top of the ramp. And if you didn't mash the gas as hard as she wanted you to, she was mashing it for you. She'd put her foot over there and mash it down for you. It was scary, but yeah, it was an adventure I won't forget for sure. And there's kids in the back too. You're not in there by yourself. Oh, yeah. It's really kind of scary. I can't believe they let you do that.
It is. My guy, he had like a piece of aluminum foil he would just roll in a ball and just play with the entire time to calm his nerves.
For real?
It was wild.
So he didn't like it either?
He hated it. He would slam on the brakes if he did something wrong. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. So they have a brake on their side of the car, right? Yeah. That's the same.
It's a wild experience, driver's ed.
It is.
Our next question is from Amy Rose, and she wants to know if y'all still have and use your treehouse.
Oh, yeah.
We do have the treehouse. I haven't been in it in quite a while. Dale takes the girls up there to clean it and hang out.
Yeah. I'll go in there and clean the floor up, vacuum a little bit.
Yeah. Make sure there's no critters squatting.
And Isla and the girls seem to enjoy it, but they get bored pretty quickly.
Yeah. They get bored. They get bored doing anything right now. Yeah. So 5-10 minutes. But it's there. It's close to the saloon and in good shape.
In good shape. Mm-hmm. Still kicking.
That's awesome. Last question's from Giggles26. They're expecting baby number 2 in February. Any tips for handling a toddler and a newborn? I guess they have 2 under 2 at this point. They're going to have 2 under 2.
Well, congratulations on your second baby. I will say having 2 is a dynamic change, but the second baby is not as hard. It's like not as scary, right? Because you know what you're doing. So Isla just ignored the fact that I was pregnant and didn't really want to have anything to do with Nicole. It took her like a solid year for her to really acknowledge that was her sister, because it was not her choice for this baby to come home. So, don't let any of that stuff hurt your feelings. I tried to just like brush it off. It did hurt my feelings for a while. Everything hurts your feelings when you have a new baby. But I would just say try not to change too much. I know that infants need like their naps and all of those things, but just pack up and go. Like just go do everything. Don't try to worry too much about it. I don't know. I feel like if you get too tied down to the house, everybody's a little stressed. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So just keep going.
Yeah, I think that's good advice.
The babies adapt. Yeah, it'll be fine. I have double strollers still. Like my kids get tired, I just strap them in the stroller because I can't sit at the house all day. You know what I mean? If they get tired.
Yeah.
So
I'm ready to get rid of all that stuff.
I know. I won't let him. I'm like, no. I need my wagons. I need my strollers. If I want to go walk, even with Isla's 7-year-old, she's 7 years old, but I can still throw her in there and take a walk.
Yeah. Did you win any scratch offs there, Dale?
No, not yet.
Dale's been sitting here doing scratch off tickets that he bought yesterday.
I'm only through. One is definitely a loser. I'm on the second one now.
Sweet. Well, that's all we have for
He's pouting.
this week too.
Thanks for your questions. If you haven't already, please make sure to hit the subscribe button on our YouTube page. Also, don't forget to check out shop.dirtymomedia.com for merch. I'm wearing one of our patriotic jugs hats. You can get all of the merch for our show and everything under the Dirty Mo Media umbrella on that website. And thank you for your questions. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, make sure you like and subscribe to the Bless Your Hardt YouTube channel. And appreciate everybody tuning in. It's been an awesome week. Enjoying the beach. Going to Atlanta.
We're definitely in beach mode.
TNT. Getting ready to crank through 5 more races with the TNT partners.
You excited?
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm ready to get
get back.
Yeah. Get back to the track.